Hi, hello. Rapid secure. I don't know what happened. Hi, hello, and welcome to KNTV. You are watching Inside Indian Football episode number 84. देखो कभी कभार डिले होता है, मेरी तरफ से होता है, पर आज मेरी तरफ से डिले नहीं है, तो मुझे कुछ बोलने से पहले आप सिचुएशन सुन लेना. पहले तो कोई स्टूडियो यूज़ कर रहा था, वो लोग अपना लेट चल रहे थे अपने शेड्यूल से, तो चलो मैंने अलाउ किया. उसके बाद देखो ओबीएस खोला तो ओबीएस में भी अपडेट आ रखी है. मैकबुक है उसमें भी अपडेट आ रखी है. ओबीएस में कैमरा डिटेक्ट नहीं हो रहा था, जो हम कैमरा यूज़ करते हैं, तो कैमरा रीसेट करने में सब कुछ करने 5 से 10 मिनट एक्स्ट्रा लग गए. तो टेंशन लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. हम आपको, जहाँ मैंने आज लेट आया हूँ, आधा घंटा एक्स्ट्रा दे देंगे. आपके सारे डाउट, सारी न्यूज़ आपको एक साथ आपको दे देंगे. बट तहे दिल से शुक्रिया है जो 50 अराउंड लोग वेट कर रहे थे, बातचीत कर रहे थे, एंड आते ही सबने बॉम्ब डालने स्टार्ट कर दिए हैं कि अपडेट अपडेट अपडेट. तो वी विल नॉट वेस्ट much of your time. Hello Kumar Reddy, Victor Bhai, hello Preetam Chiller, hello bro, Mr. A, hello Amlan, hello. बधाई अमलान आपको. ऋषभ AFC कब खेलने वाला है. सो नॉट बैड. जॉन स्नो भी आ गए हैं गेम ऑफ थ्रोन से, जो बेचारे अभी तक बिहाइंड द वॉल जा चुके हैं, वहाँ से यहाँ आए हैं. गणेश नायक हेलो. व्हाट विल बी द स्क्वाड. आपको स्क्वाड मिली जाएगी यार, जो ऑफिशियल अनाउंसमेंट होने वाली है. आई थिंक मे बी आज या कल सुबह हो जाएगी, तो उसमें कुछ करने की बात नहीं है. आशीष जुमनाइल मीन्स यूथ. इंडिया प्लेड अगेंस्ट रियल मैड्रिड. जुमनाइल सी वी मे ड्रॉ विद रियल मैड्रिड यूथ टीम, सी टीम. दे आर नो रियल मैड्रिड टीम, यू ABC. यार कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, कुमार विल कम ऑन दैट. एथलेटिको मैड्रिड में भी लोगों ने बोला, एथलेटिको मैड्रिड इट वाज देयर मेन टीम अंडर 17, जो एथलेटिको मैड्रिड की टीम थी. और रियाल के ऊपर भी बात करेंगे. सैफ चैंपियनशिप, फुटबॉल उड़ीसा, बहुत हैप्पी होंगे फुटबॉल उड़ीसा वाले भाई लोग. तो सभी को तहे दिल से हाई एंड हेलो. एंड प्रीतम भाई जो एक कबड्डी इंटरनेशनल प्लेयर है, वो भी जुड़े हुए हैं. थोड़ी कबड्डी की अपडेट दे दिया करो. तो कबड्डी का एक शो गया है प्रीतम भाई, अभी आदित्य ने किया. आप एक वीडियो पीछे जाइए, आप वो देखिए. इन द मीन टाइम जितने सारे लोग यहाँ पे ये जुड़े हैं हमारे साथ, उनके बारे में, इंडियन फुटबॉल के बारे में बात कर लेते हैं. एंड कुमार रेड्डी, आप योर डाउट इज क्लियर्ड बाय तेजस आर्चर ऑलरेडी. तो बट आई विल कम इन टू इट regarding the quality of Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid teams which India has played. And I think this is in recent time, especially on the foreign tours, India is playing the highest quality of the youth teams available in that particular tour. So as Ashish Negi stance says, like, so let's start with a like. We have 69 people watching, just 35 likes. Do hit that like button. And finally, Indian football जो season है have been wrapped up with the last game between ATK Mohun Bagan and Hyderabad. Tough game for for Hyderabad, especially considering what they have been going through right now. The coach is moving on. We definitely know where he's going. The players, some players are moving on. Some players have been told they are not a part of the plan. And we'll talk about there's some concerning update regarding financial situation of not few, but many of ISL clubs. And I think other than 2 or 3 clubs, maybe there are some financial the budgets constraint have been put on for the foreign players. So we'll talk about that. And if these ISL clubs are dependent on these foreign players for performance on the pitch, then it's a concerning point. Because what I heard today, that I was talking to a couple of people who are in the well-known circle of the foreign signing players, especially, they have been told the budgets have been slashed by many of the ISL teams. So we'll come on that, and let's start the show straight away. Let's not waste the time. People are putting their comments on the chat. I will take your questions once I wrapped up my own information show, which I have and which I want to touch upon. So आप लोगों के क्वेश्चंस का जवाब मैं आपको जल्दी ही दे दूंगा once I wrap up the show. And जो भी हमारे मॉड्स वगैरह देख रहे हैं, do put the timestamp for the offline people. But आगे बढ़ने से पहले, before moving ahead, I want to say one thing. People are heavily misquoting me, are using my videos, my name to run the agenda against, I don't know. For example, in the last video I said that and I didn't take any name of the club, any particular name, but they're the Chennai FC fans. They are using my video. They are misquoting me and putting this stuff for the Chennai FC, the man in charge, Mr. Vasu. And I have never said that. And they're saying this is our understanding of what you are saying. So I said, then don't quote me. And I'm requesting again, people watching, please don't misquote me. This has happened again and again. This has happened, in the last 3-4 videos. Some Kerala Blaster fans have done that. Now Chennai FC fans have done that. More and more people are doing it. So if people will start doing this, then maybe I will stop giving any between the line information. I will not give anything between the lines. I will quote. I will give proper news. I will not going to give how to say information which I can't reveal fully, so I will not going to reveal those inside information because people are misquoting it. People are, when I'm not naming any club, how can somebody say that it is about Chennai FC, it is about Kerala Blaster, it is about Bangalore FC? If I'm not naming, so you should say that the way I'm saying. If I'm saying I can't name the club, unname ISL club, you should say unname ISL club. So this is a major problem, and people have been watching this show. This is 84th episode, which means more than 100 weeks we have been doing this, and people are still misquoting again and again, and that's been critically used against me, by the way. Clubs are angry. Some clubs, which the names which have been thrown by people on Twitter, on social media. And issue is the people who are reading on Twitter, they're not going to watch the complete video. They're just believing what these people are quoting on Twitter, on WhatsApp, and I think that's also circulating very quickly in the ISL clubs and whoever these tweets and social media posts are targeted to. So I will heavily, and from my heart, I will request, if you're watching this, if you're quoting me, quote it properly. If you're quoting, put also the link of the video under your tweet or on the social media post, so that people can watch that section and understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, but I hope the misquoting stops. It's happening again and again. I have so many people calling me again and again, that again these guys are misquoting you, and this happens again and again. And this is not against any particular user. This multiple channels on WhatsApp, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, everybody have started doing it, and they are just circulating these, using my name and fake news, and trying to run an agenda which is not good. But let's move ahead. Three clubs from India basically will be playing in Asia, starting with Mumbai City FC as a Lake League champion. They have qualified. They have qualified by defeating Jamshedpur FC in the playoff game to the AFC Champions League group stage. Some says this might be the last group stage direct entry for India. India might get a playoff spot from next season, which has been not confirmed by AFC as of now. But as of now, this Mumbai City FC will again play in the Champions League, which is a great, and I think considering what Mumbai City FC is trying to building from last few seasons, they are one of the squad who are ready for the AFC Champions League group stage, and I think they will build upon what they have. Their weakness, they are working on that, but I don't think they're going to change the team a lot, but that's a good thing. Second, ATK Mohun Bagan has qualified for the qualifiers of the AFC Cup. They became the third Indian club when they defeated Hyderabad FC in a very tight clash. Hyderabad FC has been unlucky this season, and they are more unlucky this season. The coach is going, many players are going, and they're difficult time ahead for Hyderabad FC. If they can come out from this reboot successfully, it will be great for Hyderabad FC. Odisha FC, who won the Super Cup, they defeated Gokulam Kerala, and they have qualified for the AFC Cup group stage, which is, I think, a great achievement for Odisha FC, But I hope that, the Super Cup, the AFC Cup will not put the, paper of the cracks, because Odisha FC is not doing well in the leagues last few seasons, and the hurry of last 15-20 days should not stop Odisha FC to make their sporting team, scouting team, the coaching staff better, and they have been changing coaches on regular basis, so that let's see if they can get their primary target in. Will they give the primary target everything, every tools to get successful? That will be the major thing to look forward to. And I think they have won the Super Cup, they have qualified for AFC Cup, but it's not that this has happened, everything is perfect there. They have to improve their sporting setup, especially people who are managing club on the sporting side. Of the field, club has been doing well. They have worked closely with the Odisha government. They have done lots of tie-up. But the sporting side, and they can still improve in couple of stuff. And I think Manolo Marcus receiving red card is the last game of Hyderabad. I think, but see, Manolo Marcus now going to FC Goa, and the planning at FC Goa has already started. So there is clear out need to happen at FC Goa. Manolo Marcus, I am told, once this last game of Hyderabad FC and ATK Mohun took place, the Manolo Marcus might send his complete list to FC Goa regarding the player who are existing contract with FC Goa. Is that particular player part of his plan or not? FC Goa has given Manolo Marcus a complete free hand of choosing his squad for next season, and I am told there are multiple FC Goa players who might be available in the market, who are under contract, not free agent, and they might, on the move. But let's see. I think Manolo Marcus will have a meeting with FC Goa before he leaves India for sure, and then the signing and everything will announce officially, and then they can go and change their squad accordingly, especially the Indian squad. In transfers. I think once ATK Mohun Bagan and Hyderabad FC game is over, we can assume that Akash Mishra move to ATK Mohun Bagan will take a pace. Uh, of course, there are clubs. There is a shortage of left back in the ISL right now. There are multiple clubs who are looking for a left back, and Akash Mishra, considering he is top one of the best left back in the ISL, is in demand. And when you talk about demand, Hyderabad FC also is demanding a major transfer fee from the potential suitors of Akash Mishra. So I think the paperwork will be completed for Akash Mishra in this upcoming in this week, before the player go for the holiday and everything. But I don't think there's a much holiday in for Akash Mishra. He's a part of the India international group, so he will be joining the camp for the national team very soon on 15th of on I think the camp starting on 15th of May. So there's not much break for Akash Mishra also, but I think he will take a 1 week off. But his representative will be busy, and he has changed his representative recently, so they will be busy sorting out his transfer and paperwork from Hyderabad FC, most likely 90% to ATK Mohun Bagan. But in transfers, you never know, and I don't know if say somebody like Manolo Marcus going to FC Goa, can he ask or can he convince Akash Mishra to join FC Goa? But the financial package is very huge for Akash Mishra. I don't think so FC Goa will want to get into that, because the terms which ATK Mohun Bagan is offering to Hyderabad or the players, I don't think any club in India can match right now. And Hyderabad FC, there are multiple players on the move. We all know about Halichan Naziri going to Bengaluru FC, Rohit Dhanu going to Bengaluru FC, but there are more players, I'm told, who are set to leave Hyderabad. And these players are informed already by Hyderabad. They're already looking for it. There are already some players who were talking to the clubs before even Hyderabad telling them that they are not in the plan for the next season, and which include the foreign player, Javier Severio, the foreigner striker, Spanish, who has been doing very well for last 2 seasons for Hyderabad FC. And it's none other than East Bengal is in the front runner for him. But I think I'm also told the paperwork is still not done. The contract is still not signed between East Bengal and Javier Severo. So I think, but before East Bengal went to the very advanced stage, there was another ISL team who were in talks with him. So I think with Manolo moving to FC Goa might be interested in more of Hyderabad players. So let's see on that. Hyderabad, most likely the captain, the foreign player, the How Victor is most likely to be retained, and I think they are in a massive reboot in terms of in their squad, and I think it's a little bit worried for Hyderabad fan. Jamshedpur FC, the Khel now revealed already Scott Cooper. I think not many is aware, but I think I was told that Scott Cooper was in India at Jamshedpur FC office, I'm told. And I think he is the new coach of Jamshedpur FC. That we already revealed that he is set to sign, but I think he has put the pen on the paper, and I think Jamshedpur FC will announce him as a new coach very soon. And I think they're already working on the targets of Scott Cooper to bring into the Jamshedpur FC setup, and I think we might see some surprising name in terms of foreign players by Jamshedpur FC. Some new names, especially in Indian football. So that's with Jamshedpur FC. Odisha FC has also signed Laldina Intai from Jamshedpur FC. So there is lots of player here and going. I think left back is a department which clubs are looking for. Fullbacks are looking for. Again, Mohammad Yasir, another player who's in not fully available in the market, but might move. And I think with Bengaluru FC, East Bengal are looking into the somebody like Mohammad Yasir type of player. So let's see who take the advantage of the situation and sign Mohammad Yasir. It's looking like Aminder Singh. I think Aminder Singh could have gone to East Bengal if Lobera has gone there. With Sajal Lobera coming to Odisha FC, I think looks like he's continuing with the Odisha FC also. So I think that's another signing which done for Odisha FC. Chennai FC, I'm told no contract extension for the present coach as of now. Let's see where they go. Northeast United, the head coach, I am told of a new head coach, and I'm very happy with this news. Northeast is usually very late in terms of appointing the head coach, and this look like they are thinking proactive. It's May, it's early. The transfer window opens, next month. 31st of May is the last day of the season all over the world, especially in Europe. So you can talk to the free agents early. So I think Northeast now at least getting the head coach early means that they want to prepare a good team. Teams have to believe that there's a 1 or 2 season the relegation starts. So if relegation start, once you are into I League, I think it's not easy to come back into ISL straight away for a team like Northeast, for example. So let's see. Kuwait confirmed as a SAF Championship guest team. There's the one more guest team which will be most likely to be announced on 6th of May. And I think India's most, as is the SAF Championship taking place in India, India's most likely to send their main team. So there is no doubt over it. It will be a mixture of senior team plus under 23 players, or our senior team is mostly considered of under 23 players only. So I think Kuwait is a great opponent to bring as a guest team, but I think I will love to have some South American or African or European flavor as another guest team instead of bringing another Asian team. So that's about the national team. The IWL season is going on, but again, it's a more of a tournament, it's not a league, and let's see, lots of games where the goal difference is very high, so there is a quality gap also in that. So for example, Kickstart score 10 goals against Churchill Brothers, so that's thing. AFF surprisingly has announced, not surprisingly, because we know that 3 teams who are leaving I League, 2 teams have been relegated. Sudeva Delhi and the Kinkare, and plus Round Glass Punjab potentially going into ISL, which means they need more teams. One team most likely to come from I League second division, and 2 new franchises IFF is trying to get into. They've announced 3-tier system to get this team. So 3-tier system is basically just like the having a metro city as a tier 1, the big cities. Tier 2 is your second cities which are city, and tier 3 is like very small cities or very small places to be. But then they have put the criteria of airport, for example, for the for the tier 3 cities. So I think, and they have a different bidding, again bidding money for each city. So let me get into it and I will tell you the all. Let me open the document of AR, and I don't know, I don't agree with what AFF is trying to do with franchisees. I don't know, they could have promoted a team straight away from I League second division or sporting merit, and to get a 2 new franchisees. Not every franchisee in I League has turned into Bengaluru FC. We have seen what happened with Bharat FC, for example. There are more example of these franchisees struggling. Then there is of course a Bengaluru FC who is a successful model coming into I League, but उसके अलावा किसी और फ्रेंचाइजी को सक्सेस मिला नहीं आई लीग में. सो दे हैव अ टायर 1 फॉर अ 5 crore फी, टायर 2 is 2.5 crore, टायर 3 is 1 crore, and they are asking for net worth of 100 crore for tier 1, tier 2 50 crore, tier 3 40 crores. And I think tier 1 and tier 2 cities will have a relegation immunity for 2 seasons, and the same for the tier 3 cities will have 1 season, relegation immunity. They have also reduced the number of foreigners in the league. The I League, every participating club will have a under 22 Indian player, and plus they have foreign quota has been reduced to allow more Indian cricket opportunity in I League. Can now register up to 5 foreigners in the squad and field maximum of 3 in the playing 11. I think I have been a fan of removing the foreigners completely from I League, but I think this is a positive step. Maybe in next 3 years, this can be reduced to 0. And I think last week only we discussed about having no foreigner in I League. This is a positive step. We're thinking in a positive direction, and I think that's important for them to get the new teams into the I League. Let me know the tiers accordingly. Tier win consists of New Delhi, Bangalore, Pune, Gurgaon or Gurugram, Chennai, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Guwahati and Noida. Tier 2 consists of Ranchi, Itanagar, Jalandhar, Ludhiana, Fagwada, Coimbatore, Manjeri, which is in Kerala, Thiruvananthapuram, Bhopal and Shillong. Tier 3 consists of villages, for example, under control of Panchayat, and they can come up with the widths. provided they own a stadium, training facilities, and which are not more than 200 kilometers from any domestic airport. So that's a tier 3. So आप villages से bids मंगा रहे हैं, but the villages के bid, that company valuation should be 40 crores. So I don't know, something that doesn't match. If I don't know, any company will be just in the villages have a valuation of 40 crores. So 40 crore valuation is a figure I don't agree to, and they're asking 1 crore as a franchisee fee to get into the I League. There are companies who are interested. That's why the cities names are based on the interest thrown by these companies. But eventually, how many of those companies convert their interest into the official bid, which we have to see. I think there's a club in Punjab who wants to get into I League with a similar matter. There is a club in I think there's club or a group in Northeast who might be interested to get into the I League in a similar way. So let's see. There are various groups who are interested, but I think again the model need to be discussed. But I think this can be a cheaper way get into ISL. ISL franchises will not be this cheap. Get into I League, build a good squad, and 2 season qualify for ISL. I think a good way to do it. But I think I still feel instead of 2 new franchisees, maybe they could have given 2 entries to I League 2 and introduce a 1 new franchisee. Let's see how many bids come actually from this, and that will eventually decide. And let's figure out what kind of companies come. Last week we discussed about a potential European club coming in wants to invest in Indian football. That's still the discussion. Nothing has advanced in much, so people will ask me, I'm straight away going to. But La Liga president had come and said that 2 La Liga teams are interested, so I'm not going to say that the news I have is of La Liga club, but I'm going to keep the both things separate. If La Liga president is Indian president is saying that the 2 La Liga teams are interested investing into ISL, there is of course legs to this news, but I think this is more of generating headline than the actual information. But if we talk about the ownership, for example, before COVID, there's a Premier League club. I think on this show I've discussed this. I think around a 50th episode, there's an Indian Premier League club like West Ham was very seriously looking into the Indian market. I was told their representative were flown to India. They had a chat with a couple of ISL clubs, and eventually COVID happened. And since then, of course, post-COVID, the valuations, the market size and everything has changed. But West Ham was one of the Premier League club who was looking into the Indian market to own a ISL franchisee. So I think, but that didn't work out, and the COVID eventually kind of spoiled that potential good ownership scoop for ISL clubs. So let's see. Now let's come to your questions. Let's start some interesting question about Bengaluru FC foreigners is Navaneed. Bengaluru FC foreigner, I am told they have started the contract extension has been in advance with a couple of foreigners, and I think next 7 or 10 days they will extend the signing of existing contract of their foreigners, Bengaluru FC. Other than that, I think Jamshedpur FC will also have the foreigners sorted out in next 15-20 days. They are also in very advanced stage. Odisha FC coach can't say is 100% confirmed, but I think unless clubs announce it. But I think we all know that Sergio Lobera is bound to Odisha FC. East Bengal has been used by I don't know who is used by who, we don't know, but this is like East Bengal in talk with Sergio Lobera for so long, and then Odisha FC came in between and kind of taken the deal away. Shan Pandita heading where? I think if you talk about financially, ATK Mohun Bagan is that destination he has an offer from, but I don't know. Will that decision will be good? We already know that there are so many Indian players at ATK Mohun Bagan who already not getting the playing time. So I think the Shan Pandit have to be very careful. Rahim Ali, yes, Zahawar Pritam, he is in talk with East Bengal, but this 1 crore transfer move, I don't know where it's come from, but I think Rahim Ali, we will see him changing the club. But in case of East Bengal, for example, many of the deals comes at too early stage, and that's how the deals get sometimes spoiled, because representative or players say that how can this information is out when you're negotiating on salaries, when negotiating everything, and you break these news to the Bengali media, for example, or social media handles start breaking the news based on half truth sometime, and that spoil the transfer move. Parveer Das staying or leaving? He is under contact with the with Bangalore FC, but situation with Parveer Das is Jessel is most likely to play the left wing back for Simon Garrison side. Norim Roshan, the right wing back position might be taken by Norim Roshan. So Parveer Das was like a dream move for him to come to Bangalore FC. Looks like a move which might have to be shortcut, or he might have to stay and fight for his place. Will he do that? That's depending. But right now, Parveer Das, let's see, what happened to him. But as I told, I think he might be not the first choice for the right wing back, what I'm told. Ashish bhai, Odisha FC decision on extension of any foreigners or Indians? I think they are working on it. Amlan, they they are kind of sure which players they want to retain and everything. I think it will be done in next 7-10 days. Chances of India to qualify for under-17 World Cup, I think the group is very tough. But I think Viviano Fernandes team, if anybody, any team in India can do it at any level to qualify for the World Cup on merit, I think I will give Viviano Fernandes team my vote for it. But I think let's see. I'm going to watch these kids in next 10-15 days. If hopefully I go to Germany and watch them, and then maybe I can tell you guys how much different they are from the previous Indian team batch. Outgoing from East Bangalore other than Sandesh and Udanta, I think there will be outgoing Kunal. There are a couple of under contracted players who might move in search of playing time. So will that be a permanent transfer or a loan transfer? That we have to wait. Any update regarding East Bengal Indian assistant coach? I think I heard something on the Indian assistant coach. I think let's see. I think there was some movement. I just forgot the name. I don't know. The particular coach was talking to that East Bengal, but I think. There will be a foreign, there's assistant coach update I have for East Bengal. Let me let me just check. I was told that former ISL foreign player might be the assistant coach, foreign player might be the assistant foreign coach for East Bengal under the staff of Carles, but I think that's also not done, so I can't tell the name as of now. But I think East Bengal is not leaving anything behind to get the next season successful. AFF should promote 2 teams from I-League second division to I-League. If they get 2 teams from bidding, 10 total teams in I-League will be 14 from next season. That's the major thing, and I'm surprised they still not officially confirmed that how many teams from second division will transfer, will qualify for the I-League. Northeast United new CEO. I think it's going parallelly as a coach selection. Let's see who comes on board. Ashish sir, what is your honest opinion on Juan Fernando? In spite of having one of the best teams in ISL, why does he drag them penalty shootout? Is this internal management happy about him? Will he stay? I think he's staying. It was more of Juan leaving them, and I think they were wanted to get. I don't know. How to say? There was some thoughts in the January, in January that he might leave or ATK Mohun Bagan get a different coach. They did had a chat of couple of potential target for ATK Mohun Bagan, but eventually Juan turned it around, and I think he has also said to the club that he wants to stay. I think why he's taking. See, I still feel that he is looking to change in couple of positions. For example, left back. He has struggled on the left back department. So what he does there, can they get Akash Mishra? Can they get another Indian midfielder? And can he get finally Habas DNA out of this team? Then maybe we might see Juan best team. But I think I agree to you. I think Juan and ATK Mohun Bagan should have done better, this season. But I eventually see if they are into now the going to AFC Cup Premier League stage. I think it's not a bad, what they have done this season overall, winning the ISL trophy also. So I think performance-wise, the team. The team have to done better, but let's see what their next season. What the status of star midfielder offered to Mumbai City FC? Nothing much, not change. When TNFA election will happen? Any update about Chennai Football League? I think there was some update, Praveen Kumar, which I forgot. I will check upon that. क्या है क्या नहीं है. Sir, Akash Mishra update कितने दिनों में Akash Mishra? I think 7 days. नेक्स्ट 7 days आकाश मिश्रा सिचुएशन विल गेट क्लियर. मोहन बगान के पास नोट छापने की मशीन है शायद. अंकुर जो एनी अपडेट अबाउट एफ सी गो डोमेस्टिक साइनिंग. आई थिंक डोमेस्टिक साइनिंग तो काफ़ी कुछ कर ली है एफ सी गोवा ने. फॉरन साइनिंग लेट्स सी आई थिंक क्या होता है, बिकॉज दे हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ सम फॉरेनर्स हु अंडर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. So let's wait for that. Then we'll try to get you aware. Pablo Perez stay at Bangalore. I think Bangalore FC foreigners. Abhi Navneet situation will get clear. They are in talks with couple of foreigners to extend the contract. So but not done as of now. So can't say that who is staying or who is not. Teams like CFC, Chennai FC, Kerala Blasters, North Indian have very tight budget constraint reason. Now that's the story we want to come into. JR Tamil, good point to remind me. So I'm told that many ISL team has slashed the budget for their foreign players this season. So I don't know what's the reason. I don't know who are the clubs again. So don't misquote me saying XYZ club budget has been slashed for foreign players. Said by Ashish Negi. I am not saying this. I am saying I'm told. Many ISL team foreign player budgets have been slashed for unknown reasons, which I am not aware for. And these ISL teams, even the same foreigners, the under contract foreigners, if they are negotiating a new deal, if the contract expired, these the wages are not offered same. So I think some ISL team are looking for maybe longer sustainability, and that's why the fight for Indian players is getting very tough, because everybody want to get in the quality Indian players in each position, so that they can maybe spend high on 4 foreigners, and then spend secondary amount on the remaining 2 foreigners accordingly. So I think the clubs have to start thinking like that. In a long term, you have to get your Indian players, and I think this is story of more than 5 ISL clubs, not just 1 or 2 ISL clubs. This is more than 5 ISL clubs. They're thinking long term now. The foreigner budgets this season, the upcoming season in ISL has, with some clubs have been decreased, and I think we will see that impact. Once the final foreign player selection happened. But I think this is a positive also. This is negative also. Positive in way that they might want to invest more in the Indian players, and let's see if they can do it. Negative maybe in a terms that tell you that financial situation is not good for every ISL team. So that's the thing on that. Kerala Blaster, I think nothing much in that also. Bijan from the last week, not much has happened. For the Kerala Blaster, for example, of the what they're trying to do with the foreign players and the Indian players that they're looking for. So let's see. What do you think on Indian players passing? Do you think the Indian players should play first time passes more? See, that depends on the coach. That's depend on the player technique. For example, not every Indian player can do first time passes. To be very true, some of them do. The new generation can do. I think it's depending on the coach. Player can't decide what they want to do. It's a coach who tell the player that you have to play first time passes. So which eventually depends on the coaching play style. Not all the Indian players can do first time passes. And that's also the problem to do that. मोहम्मद यासिर का अपडेट ये है कि यार मोहन राज ने लेट ज्वाइन किया है, तो ईस्ट बंगाल बेंगलुरु एफसी ऑन अ हेड टू हेड विद मोहम्मद यासिर. लेट्स सी वेयर ही गोज. ही माइट स्टे विद हैदराबाद एफसी इन द एंड. लेट्स फिगर आउट. आशी न्यूज और राउंड ग्लास पंजा, एनी न्यूज और आईसीएल लाइसेंसिंग और एनी ट्रांसफर न्यूज? आई थिंक देयर डॉक्यूमेंटेशन इज गोइंग ऑन, Kumar. I think which should be done very soon, because before the next season we enter into June and July, it should be done. So let's wait. How many foreign players are incoming for Mohan Bagan? I think around 2, minimum 2 will come for sure. Roy Krishna to Hyderabad, is it real? I don't think so. Roy Krishna is going to Hyderabad. I think Hyderabad, they are not going to sign player like Roy Krishna for sure. Roy Krishna is anyway around above 1 crore per year, per year, 1.5, 1.6. Not easy. Maybe I'm saying he will above that for sure. KFC, nothing progress. No, it's not that nothing progress from last week, but nothing major to report as of now. And we are not at that situation that I can report anything at Kerala Blaster. Bangalore FC, any Indian incomings? I think the Indian incomings will be depending on what kind of players they can, they can move down. For example, I think goalkeeping department will have an Indian player coming in. I think I'm told. So let's wait for that. But still very early to say, because negotiation going on. Odisha FC can perform better than Sergio compared to Juan in the AFC Cup. Let's see. Odisha FC's problems are not just with the coaches, by the way. They have signed some quality coaches. So is there any reason why these quality coaches have not able to deliver on pitch sometime, Clifford Miranda is an Indian coach, and he has done well with the Odisha FC in the later part of this season. But Odisha FC maybe have to rethink sometime, the top management, the top bosses, that they have always got the quality foreign players, quality coaches, but not able to deliver. And these coaches have gone sagged, during the season or after the end of the season. So I think they have to look into everything. Of course, they got the success now. That does not mean everything is perfect. They can improve stuff. And as an outsider, I also feel they can, overall the sporting side, can they do better? Because if you see, of all the ISL teams, Odisha FC's budget is not very high. It's not very low. They are in between. They have been trying their best to compete with the top spending teams, so it's not easy. But the coach's profile, which Odisha FC have got recently, has been very, very decent. They are better than many of the ISL teams. The foreign players they have done their work there, but why these foreign players are not working? Why these coaches are not working? Just getting Sergio Oliveira does not mean that Sergio Oliveira will work for Odisha FC. They have to maybe give him all the tools, all the freedom to do stuff, what he want to do. So let's see, and I hope they do that, because Odisha FC have to now, Odisha, ATK Monmar, Mumbai City, they have to build their squads because they're representing India in the Asia. Any marquee player coming, unlikely. Any transfer update for East Bengal except Nanda, Edwin? I think East Bengal, there was something written on my document by Satvik. I think Javier Severo is advanced, the Hyderabad foreign striker. East Bengal is also in talk with Yashir. East Bengal is also in talk with another Indian goalkeeper. So there are the couple of stuff, but I think it's still very early stage to to talk about. Sir, any chance in Super Cup will be there? New format or increased team? New format most likely, yes. Increased team, that I have to see. इंडियन क्लब्स में जब ट्रांसफर रूमर्स आते हैं तो वो डील कैंसिल हो जाती है, बट नॉट इन यूरोप. बाय आई थिंक ट्रस्ट का फैक्टर है. और यूरोप में वो रूमर होता है, कोई लीक नहीं करता. मतलब कई बार फ्रॉम दी स्पेशली पार्टीज इन्वॉल्व इन नेगोशिएशन. कई बार क्लब को क्या लगता है, फॉर एग्जांपल मैं बात करता हूँ, मैं एजेंट हूँ, मैंने अपना एक फॉरेन प्लेयर क्लब को दिया, एंड क्लब के पास उस फॉरेन प्लेयर का मल्टीपल प्रोफाइल है. क्लब ने फॉरेन उस एजेंट को ये नहीं बोला कि वो आर इंटरेस्टेड, उन्होंने बोला वो कंसीडर कर रहे हैं, उन्हें मल्टीपल प्रोफाइल है. एंड ऑफ कोर्स एजेंट को पता होता है कि क्या बजट है क्लब का. एजेंट समटाइम व्हाट डू, एजेंट क्या करते हैं, ये लीक कर देते हैं इन्फॉर्मेशन कि ये प्लेयर एडवांस स्टॉक या हैदराबाद या केरला ब्लास्टर या कोई क्लब लुक देख रहा है. दे लीक्ड इट टू शो दैट इन सोशल मीडिया, स्पेशली जो ये आजकल न्यू IT केस आ गए इंडियन फुटबॉल में भी, ट्विटर इंस्टाग्राम पे उनको लीक कर देंगे. इंडिया में देखो मीडिया हाउसेज जो हैं वो बहुत ही कम रूमरिंग करते हैं, पर कुछ करते हैं, पर वैसे बहुत कम रूमरिंग है. यूजुअली जब मीडिया हाउसेज में रिपोर्ट आ जाती है तो वो काफ़ी एडवांस स्टेज पे होता है. वो अर्ली स्टेज अनाउंस कर देंगे, फैंस एक्साइट हो जाते हैं, दैट पुट प्रेशर इनटू क्लब. अगर फॉर एग्जांपल केरला ब्लास्टर द इन्फॉर्मेशन लीक फॉर केरला ब्लास्टर फॉरेन प्लेयर, club players liked it, so fans start social media buzz, everything. So club is under pressure now to do the deal, and maybe financially club could have agreed the deal on the lesser terms, lesser money, but because it's already leaked, and the club is under pressure because Kerala Blaster fans is liking that player, for example, so they have to agree the deal. So agents, the leaking the news has worked for the agent, because now he can easily pressurize the club for the same, that see, your club, your fans are liking it, and then if deal does not take place, the news will go out to the fans that Kerala Blaster, for example, could not afford that, or Hyderabad could not afford that, and then the fans are worried, they might start the campaign against owners or everything. So this is how the it's with a thin door. In Europe, for example, Manchester United is linked with 300 players, 300 players, 400 players, in a transfer window. So it is not going to impact the negotiation of the, the actual deals out of 4 or 5 deals which Manchester United is doing. And the news, when mainstream media, especially the tier 1 sources for a particular club, when they break the news, that deal is as advanced as the Indian mainstream media report for the ISL club. So, but the other media like Daily Mail in UK, for example, Daily Star, who do rumoring a lot, is like our social media ITKs in India who do rumouring a lot, so that does not matter the deal at what stage, they just report. They will hear anything from anybody and just put out on social media, on Twitter, that the XYZ player is in talks and everything. So I think this is hammering ISL clubs more than the player side, because ISL clubs sometimes under pressure to do that deal because of the news is already out, and and to give another example. I will give you another example how the agents do sometime. Okay, I'm a Kerala Blaster management. I got a player CV, and I like that CV, and I'm working on the financial deal to get the player done, and I'm working on my budgets also. And I'm just using Kerala Blaster example. Don't quote anything. And then what agent will do sometime, he will also send that player CV to say, and they do send to multiple clubs, and they will leak out the information, sometime that that particular player is in talk with Bengaluru FC, for example, to the media or to the social media users. However, ये इंडिया में चलता है बहुत ज़्यादा. And then Kerala Blaster is under pressure again. For example, okay, Bengaluru FC is talking. Then agent will start pressurizing Kerala Blaster. See, if you don't do the deal on my term, the player might go to Bengaluru FC. And then these foreign agents have been doing this for last few years regularly, and that's how the Indian football fans or ISL club fans have been used again and again like this. This happened in India. I have seen a foreign player getting 30-40% extra just because of these things, and that's how these the ISL club budgets sometimes get hammered because of this. And I'm not surprised that ISL clubs have slashed their budget for foreign players. So that's the whole story, and I think this is happening again and again. So fans have to be very smart what they read and everything. Do you think some ISL clubs sign the players on their hype, not on their utility on the pitch? Yes, Kunal, I've seen that some of the foreign players have been signed just because the agent who's recommending those players, Indian agent, maybe in a good terms with the club management, and he's saying, he's good, don't go by stats, he's good, and they do it, and that player does not do well, and that's happened because, but sometime a particular player, Indian player agent is say pushing a player, and that player has done well in ISL, so it can work in a way. But I think that clubs should be smart enough now. It's a 10 years most 2024. The clubs will be 10-year-old clubs. They should have their own scouting system. They should not be dependent on third-party agents to tell them which player is good, which player is bad. So, apart from CF, what do you think position of the other foreign player for Mohun Bagan? I think depending on if they can the primary Indian targets, that's how they will depend. So, Abhi, I think it's dependent on what they get. Ashish Sergio Lobera has success when ISL have 5 or 6 foreigners on playing field. Now ISL has only 4 foreign players. I think Sergio Lobera was the one who played. I don't know. There's a game where Sergio Lobera played with all Indian players with FC Goa or Mumbai City FC, and I think that game they did well. I think let's see. Lobera is the top coach. He's won the top honors in Indian football. He has a good playing style. But let's see, if you can implement if the Odisha FC is a different challenge altogether. But I think there's a game of Sergio Lobera where he played with the all Indian team. You broke the news of foreign clubs interested in ISL. Now we know that these are 2 La Liga. Which potential clubs are they considering to add to the portfolio? Is it ISL, I League? I think most of these, for Victor, good question, and I want to clear it out for everybody. And I talked to many of these clubs. Most of these clubs are interested when they're going to do a deal in terms of ownership. They're not going to take I League 2, if they are big clubs want to come in the ISL straight away, because the deals are also done for marketing purpose. So they don't want to go the hard route of second division I League or ISL or I League to ISL. If they want to do deal, big clubs especially will do deals straight to ISL. Issue with ISL is also the valuations. The owners value the club very high, 300 crores. For example, the valuation which Mumbai City FC and City Group deal has been taken place. Now the ISL clubs are asking for higher valuation. So because of that benchmark of the deal, but Mumbai City deal is not totally different. In terms of it's come from Bombay. It's a Bombay-based club. It's the biggest city in the world, not just in India. So you can't ask the similar valuation. That's a major challenge for some of these clubs to get the ownership, new owners on board because of this high valuation. What are the official truth of 2 Spanish clubs are investing in ISL franchises? See, it's very early stage. Don't take that the deal will take place tomorrow in 10 2 months, 6 months. The ownership deal does not take place so early. For example, City Group, Mumbai City FC was a 2-year deal in progress before it took place. So I think yes, the La Liga clubs are looking potentially to invest in Indian market. Yes, the other than La Liga clubs are also looking into the Indian market. To give an example, I gave the name of West Ham was interested looking into ISL owner franchisees before COVID, and that didn't took place. So there are clubs who are looking into it, but that from that to have a owner in to become a owner in ISL is very far. It's like we are at the 1 or 2nd stage, and becoming owner is 100th stage. So there is 98th stage before these interest can turn into the potential ownership. So that's the stuff. Ashish, is the ISL club model not sustainable, as you mentioned the budget club? See, ये club have to be smart. How they can cut the cost? The clubs, many clubs are still dependent on third parties training facilities. For example, it's a 10-year-old club, they still don't have their own training facilities. So rental for their training facilities, maintenance for the training facilities is very high. Similar thing with stadium. Similar thing is signing the Indian players for the B team. The clubs are still signing these Indian players from I League clubs, or for the B teams. They are still not dependent on the grassroots model to get the B team players, on their B team. So I think, for Indian player, for example, the clubs are still dependent on I League teams for Indian players. So sustainability model will not just come from league side. It has to also come through what clubs does at the grassroots level, at the infrastructure level. Sustainability will not just come from league side. The league is doing in recent time very well in terms of center pool revenue, in terms of facilities, what they want to offer to the clubs. And I think center pool revenue will eventually grow from next season when the new broadcasting deal comes into place. So I think it will not just come from league side. Club have to also change their practices, what they've been doing. Ashish, FIFA has introduced exams agent from India only when agent can pass the exam. FIFA given deadline for the agent. If they do not pass the exam, then agent cannot involve in transfer. ये पहले भी होता था. Kumar Reddy, the FIFA agent exam used to take place earlier also, and that does not stop other people to involved in the transfer. So this is not going to change much. But yeah, they're trying to streamline it again. There was an exam earlier also. More Indian agent will give the exam, and I think not only one Indian agent passed the exam. There were 2 agents more who have passed the exam alongside the one. Ashish bhai, any update about Northeast? क्या ownership इस साल आएगा? Any transfer update for Northeast? Raj, I think only thing I know about, the multiple coaches interviews have been completed with Northeast. Those coaches have been asked to wait, and let's see, it may be 7 days, 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, but something is progressing in the coaching side for Northeast. So I don't know exact timeline, but I think the interviews have been taken place that I'm aware of. Any international scout interested in Indian 17, but there will be some interest, but let's see, it's very early to say again. Mandar went to East Bengal for Lobera, now Lobera to Odisha FC. Mandar ko dhokha de diya. I think, but Odisha doesn't. They have extended the Sahil Pawar contract, so automatic extension. I think Mandar will eventually go to away to Mumbai, and I think he will like working under the Carlos also. How good is the relationship between Juan and Hugo Mo? Did they have a verbal disagreement last night? Will he stay or not? I think Hugo is not going anywhere unless ATK Mormagan terms and conditions are met. I think sometime on field, players, coaches do get a heated argument. That does not mean the relationship is bad. I will give another example. Manchester United, last game, Bruno and Casemiro was fighting on a pitch, in verbal fighting. That does not mean they are an enemy. They are friend, but you can have a disagreement on particular stuff, and which Eric Ten Hag also said, this is a healthy competition we have. We give a feedback to each other. So I think similar way, I have not seen the particular incident you're talking about, but I am sure Hugo Bumo and Juan might be talking about something on a sporting merit, nothing else. 7, 8 of them are regular starter for Real Madrid under 17. Yeah, and now somebody saying Real Madrid was not playing with the best team. It's one of the top main team of Real Madrid which India played. So don't doubt the talent there. Ashish, any update on Caleb Blaster? The work in progress. I think slowly for Caleb Blaster. So they know what they want. Also depending on the outgoing, also how many outgoings take place at Caleb Blaster. For example, in terms of the Indian under contracted players they want to offload some players. So those deals take place. Then only Caleb Blaster is aware about how many free spots they have, how much budget they have. So I think it's depending on both ways, how many outgoings happens, then how incoming of Indian players will happen accordingly. But some of the targets like Indian winger, Indian fullback, Caleb Last is already working on, so those are not depending on the outgoings, but there will be some outgoings, depending on the incomings will come. What are the teams in Spain? Main junior team or B team? I read IFN that it was Atletico Juvenil B. See, Atletico Juvenil B, C, D works differently in Spain. For example, as somebody is already clarifying, A team is Juvenile A team is under 19, B is under 17, C is under 16. So that's worked differently. What I'm told, both the team, all the Indian teams have played. They are the top quality talent of these clubs. Which Indian team played. So I think irrespective of that, even it's a B or C, this happened in Indian football in past. We played C, D team, and that's reported as a main team. I think that's fine. Real Madrid, say how are you called? Ultimate, that's not going to change anything until and unless Indian team does well in the main matches, which is AFC Under 16 Championship, which will take place this year only. That's the main target. India is a very tough group. These are friendly games, and I think we should take as a match practice. Even India defeated Real Madrid 10-0. That does not going to change anything for me. Only thing is going to change for me is India's performance in the AFC Under 17 Championship. So these are practice games. Don't overhype them. Don't undervalue them. It's just a practice games. That's it. What happened in the Dias and the Killer Luster situation? Good question. I think the Dias has come, they have come and said that, he was not valued by Killer Luster. For example, Killer Luster on the side that, I think, see, this happened in the transfer market, which whatever has happened. Only thing which is not justified sometime for the fans to start abusing the players or the owners or the sporting director without knowing the actual picture, and as I said, agent business in Indian football is very high. To leak the rumors, to put pressure on clubs, to put pressure on the sporting director to do the deals. So fans have to be very careful. Don't throw abuses out. If player is leaving your club or is joining your club, that does not mean world is ending that time. Let's player go move away comfortably. If he had the for example, Diaz deal has not taken by Killer Blast, that does not mean he's a bad player, does not mean he's a bad human being. And of course, the online trolls, it can be anyone, should not be targeting the players' families. I'm not saying any particular set of fans. So I think it's happened in the transfer market. It's nothing new. Ashish was just asking, any idea how much ATK, Mohun Bagan and Mumbai are spending on player per season? See, full salary cap I will say, and then plus bonuses. Like bonuses can go anywhere, as I discussed, आपने आई थिंक लास्ट देखा था, मैंने एक बताया था 5 मैच डे स्क्वाड होने पे 40 लाख का बोनस था एक प्लेयर के अकाउंट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट विद ATK मोहन बगान इन लास्ट फ्यू ईयर्स. Ashish, what is the East Bengal situation in transfer market? Arindas aggressive? That what I'll say. It's a very aggressive situation, aggressive position they have taken in terms of the player dealings. Germany tour, yes, Indian team will be going to Germany. We'll get confirmed for our own tour once the visa thing is sorted. We are working. It's a very tough situation to get a single visa, not easy right now in terms of appointment and everything. Hopefully, we'll bring some exclusive content for you guys. Hopefully, keeping my finger crossed for that also. Any news for invited team? Kuwait is the one invited team. There will be one more invited team. I think it most likely to be Malaysia. मुझे लगता है होगी. But let's see if England other than Malaysia. 6th को clear हो जाएगा. Federation Cup return next season. Super Cup is the Federation Cup, by the way. So with the change the Super Cup into Federation Cup, that need to be seen. Sir, any update on Mohun Bagan, Akash Mishra, Yasir Cummins, Ishan Pandita update? Akash Mishra has the offer. Contract signing is remaining. Ishan Pandita has the offer. Contract signing is remaining. Cummins in talks, still in talks. What is the salary of Indian national team coach? Will it increase to afford people like Manilo Roca? I like coaching style. Manilo Roca is not that high paid in Hyderabad. Maybe at FC Goa, I don't know where. But on average salary of Indian coaches, Indian team coaches has been between 1.5 crore, 2.5 crores per year. Plus bonuses, plus benefit. That's different together. It on average. Northeast United coach update. I know name. No name or new name. I think new name most likely. Nilo Tapal Dika. लाइव टेलीकास्ट कराना वहाँ से भाई देखो कोशिश सारी है देखते हैं क्या होता क्या नहीं. Why Mumbai City FC sign extension with Albert Nigora? He is not great midfielder like great Alex Stewart to perform well in AFC Champions League. Albert Nigora has a experience of playing in Champions League for FC Goa. So maybe that's the reason. I don't know. See, आपको मुझको क्या लगता है किस प्लेयर की क्वालिटी कैसी है, पर वो कोच को क्या लगता है वो ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. कोच इज द वन हु नीड टू प्ले द टीम, नॉट अस. सो इफ कोच थिंक Albert Negora belongs to the top foreign quality players for him, so I think we should be no problem because Das Beckham has got the success on the same model. Vidyasagar to Singh to Caleb Lasser transfer fee or contract extension, contract termination. I have to look into it, bhai. Karawali, have to look into it. Can't say anything. So Odisha FC have two clubs in Indian Women League. Sir, is this fair? Why are the Club not interested in women's football? Money. It's all about budgets, And right now, I will be very honest. Indian Women's League model is not sustainable for these ISL clubs or any clubs on a long term. Of course, they should have a women's team, I'm saying. But to give an example, the minimum wages for Indian women's team play has been put in by AFF, and some of majority of IWA club doesn't agree with that. It's a 20-day league, and month league. Until they change the system, they change the format, no ISL club will come eventually, And I think that have to be changed from next season onwards. There is no update on Kerala ownership. It's not going to change much. When was the change? When was the changes in next season calendar? If Durand Cup, Super Cup will play it parallel in league. Durand Cup will be not played parallelly. It will happen in August. September we will see ISL starting, and alongside if Super Cup happen parallelly, it will happen parallelly alongside the Champions League, and the AFC Cup will also happen parallelly at the same time. What's the case of Arata Azumili? Azumi illegally told that that there is a age fraud situation in RFL deal. I have not read about it, so can't say anything, or I am not aware of the situation. Chennai FC update, what is happening behind? Will they survive, or the club is dead? Club will survive, don't worry about that. JW, don't worry. Any big incoming for Odisha FC? The coach should be the biggest incoming. Bayern under 17 friendly happening. I don't think they're playing Bayern. I was aware. Let me try to give you the names of the two teams India is most likely to play in Germany. Just give me 1 second. I think India is playing two games in Germany. One is against VfB Stuttgart, and one is against Augsburg. And there will be 2-week camps, and then they will also going to the German national team campus to train and visit and everything. So details we will give you guys, accordingly, and which team India is playing, A, B, C, D, under 17, under 18, we'll figure it out. But two games, it's a more of a, and then they will do lots of activities in terms of development, of pitch development also. See, we have to buy Bangalore United if they win the promotion to I League. आप अपने रूमर्स बना लो यार, हमें रूमर्स की जरूरत ही नहीं है. Andrew Thapa news, nothing new. Ashish, I heard that a Spanish club is interested to buy an Indian club. Any idea which club? यार ये La Liga president said two La Liga clubs are interested to look into Indian market. He is what he's saying. It's a very early stage. I have already given an example. If that is a second stage of the negotiation, the buying an Indian club is 100 stage. So there is a 98 stage in between for that actual deal take place. So it's a very early stage. Yes, multiple clubs are looking into, or multiple companies are looking to come into ISL, but very early stage to say anything. Indian centre forward target for East Bengal, Rahim Ali is one of those. Chennai FC, we are really frustrated since the other teams have started preparing for next season. I think the Chennai FC will start their preparation also very soon. Don't worry about it. Who will broadcast next ISL season. And if you go by contracts, it's a Star Sports. Star Sports still has the contract with the doing the ISS. Vikash Mukherjee, भाई 22 रुपए के चंदा देने के लिए thank you very much. Thapa on the move. I think he should be on the move. If you ask me, I don't know he is or not, but he should be on the move. Can you clearly explain Mohan Bagan, AC and Kolkata Game Sports Limited agreement? Was it a merger or acquisition? Please clear the situation. Victor Trumper. यार वो जो भी see, and this is I will say what I understand by clear terms. Okay. There was a club called ATK, Atletico Kolkata, whatever. They had the ISL, ISL franchisee, right? Mohan Bagan is a multi-sports club. They have a cricket team, they have a hockey team, they have a football team. Mohan Bagan football team was playing in I-League. What happened between both the parties? They agreed to merge their both teams, football team and ATK team, and find out formed a new entity to play in ISL. Okay, so they were playing in ISL on based on ATK Mohun Bagan, 80K license. They were playing in this AFC Cup based on Mohun Bagan qualification to the AFC Cup in that particular season. So it's basically they merge two companies to form a one new company. That was the initial arrangement, and that's where the Mohun Bagan fans got offended because the branding was getting prefix, suffix, and started. Now eventually they have removed the prefix, but the company remains same. They will change the name of the company, but it's a merged company between both the parties. As simple as that, and majority of that, the Gyeongga has the ownership, the Mohun Bagan members has the ownership, according Mohun Bagan club has the ownership, but it's a fresh company. It's nothing to do with the previous old club. Ashish bhai, will ISL will be in the EA Sports FC? Very good question. We have been trying to follow up on this, and as you know, Khelna has broken these EA Sports news regularly in last few season. But yeah, we are following up. Not, I will try to figure out the information very soon and bring it to guys for the same. Sir, most of the signing are completed by virtually. Navani, I think some cases clubs official do move to Europe to meet the players to do the signing. Some cases it is done virtually, but contract have been sent and print and then signed, then they scan and then send it by the sign. So counter signing do take place, but yeah, I will say 70% foreign signing take place virtually only. Amarjot Kabra is not staying in Kelabras. Contract has been done and dusted, so he's moving. Arendas, Rahim Ali is the target for East Bengal for the Indian centre forward position. Ben Stokes East Bengal ज्वाइन कर रहा है क्या? मोहम्मद कहाँ से लाए भाई? क्रिकेट कहाँ से बीच में आ गया? What AIFF do the development of Haryana and UP MP these state? No football league, no big football tournament. होना चाहिए डेफिनेटली. खेती बाड़ी बिल्कुल एग्री करते हैं. आप उसमें और स्टेट जोड़ दीजिए. उत्तराखंड, हिमाचल प्रदेश, राजस्थान, now at least something in Gujarat, to give an example. Also Chhattisgarh, Bihar, nothing happened in these states, and there are many Indian states where nothing happened in terms of football. So AIFF has to look into these. Any truth of Kerala Blaster team was disbanded? They all were rumors as of now. The club has not confirmed it, so of course there was some truth into it. The club was looking into it, and that's why and maybe they might do it or they might temporarily suspend it. I don't know. So you have to check for club to announce it. What AIFF do for that? Have taken Mumbai City FC team set है क्या वो sign करेगी? I don't know what you're trying to say. When will the teams of Gold Cup will be decided? I think that also is going on. The Gold Cup, Women's Gold Cup team. Any truth on Sergio Oliveira involved in the dodgy agent business at the Mumbai with RXDOF? Is it why he's immediately shipped to second division China and easily got the release now? I don't know. मुंबई सिटी हाइप ये रूमर्स पे मैं कुछ कमेंट नहीं कर सकता. सॉरी. I don't know. I have taken your comment, but see, things happen in Indian football. Until this, we have a solid proof in hand, I can't say anything, and especially the stage the platform I'm representing, I can't say give any opinion based on the actual picture. I don't know, which I don't know. Mohammad Yasir क्या मोहन बगान आएगा? I think he can, but let's see where he goes. East Bengal, Bangalore FC, Mohun Bagan. Mohun Bagan wants to get Akash Mishra over the line. Mohun Bagan wants to get Cummins over the line. Mohun Bagan wants to bring an Indian midfielder. Will that Indian midfielder be Mohammad Yasir? That we have to see. Are you looking forward to Asian Cup draw next week? Yes, of course. And hopefully India get a most likely toughy draw मिलने वाला हम लोगों को, but ठीक है. European club taking over an Indian club बहुत early stage है. Many people has been misquoting again. European club, I think there will be the European clubs interested in Indian market, but very early stage. Gill to East Bengal FC. East Bengal is looking for a goalkeeper definitely. Gill on the move, whether he is 50% available in the market, 50% not, is not on the high priority list of Caleb Laster to ship out. So I think if you can connect the dots, you can say, but we can't say anything until we are aware of any advanced stage talks between both the parties. Ashish, why ISL is not getting sponsored? They used to get in the beginning. Beginning it's more over 2 months. The valuation was different. The ticket size, sponsors were different. Now it's altogether different. TV rating has gone down. So I think the sponsors only interested now is who are into the football, not the previous sponsor. Previously it was pitched as a IPL like 2 months football tournament. Now it's a proper league. So the amount which ISL looks is different for compared to the previous sponsor. Northeast का कुछ update दे दो यार. मोहम्मद नासिर, यार अपडेट यही है, कोचेस के इंटरव्यूज हुए हैं नॉर्थ ईस्ट में, कोचेस चल रही है बात, तो अभी तो ज़्यादा अपडेट में क्या, जब तक अपडेट आएगी नहीं मैं कुछ दे नहीं सकता. Why is Kerala Super League getting an exemption for foreign player doing, considering no foreigners have been allowed to play in any other state league? I think आई ऑल्सो डोंट एग्री, बट अगर फाइनेंशियल कंस्ट्रेंट है के एफ ए के पास, उन्होंने डील साइन करी है लाखों करोड़ों की बेस्ड ऑन फॉरेन प्लेयर्स, सो कैन दे मूव्ड आउट फ्रॉम लीगली फ्रॉम दैट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, कैन ए एफ ए मूव्ड आउट लीगली फ्रॉम दैट कॉन्ट हेल्प के एफ ए, सो वो एक पॉसिबिलिटी, हैव टू लुक इन टू इट. बट अबाउट विल्मर जॉर्डन, इज ही लीविंग और स्टेइंग? Still very early to say. Let's look into it and then I will let you know in the next week, because इस हफ्ते में अब बातें चालू होंगी सुपर कप के बाद सिचुएशन की. हाउ जोआओ एंड फॉल टू डेज एफसी वेरी अर्ली, कांट से एनीथिंग. व्हाट्स ओके डन, व्हाट्सअप आओ निकालो भाई, पता नहीं क्या बोले भाई ने. वे आर कमिंग टू आईएसएल, मोबाइल वे आर इज coming to ISL, yes. How many days you can get a clear picture of East Bengal in transfer? East Bengal transfer market will go for next 6 weeks. It's not going to take place clear picture now. The rumors will come and go. Don't believe each and every rumor that I will say. Mohun Bagan, other foreign update, position progress. I think it depends on when they get the key target first. The key target is Akash Mishra getting Cummins and getting an Indian midfielder for me. I think उसके बाद depend करता है. Gill was a Golden Glove winner, and a year back I thought he was untouchable. I don't know what happened between him and Kerala Blasters. You have to ask. I think. Maybe see clubs now, if they have a good backup in the academy team who clubs believe are as good as their first choice, they might want to move their first choice for good money and earn some money and then get the backup on board. Many clubs have successfully done this in past in ISL, so that let's see, if Kerala Blaster judgment of their reserve goalkeeper based on versus Gill is a right judgment or not, that we have to see. Ashish, Supreme Court appointed the new judge to amend the constitution and Supreme Court asked to submit in July. I don't know, such constitution case is not going anywhere. I think it will be done by the end of this year for sure. Chennai FC release a message for fans. What are they trying to say? Okay, let me check if they have released anything. I mean, see, clubs, fans sometimes, they get worried, and they have every right to be worried, but I think sometimes you have to give clubs and everybody a chance to what they want to do. Okay, there's a video one day which, okay, no, there's some statement to the fans, even on a hot summer evening in Manzeri, it didn't surprise us to look up to the stand and see a group of fans staying and cheering for 90 to 20 minutes. We have been seen. I think that's a more of a statement of to the fans to say that the season have been not good and they are working behind the scene to improve things. And I think let's see if they can improve behind the scene. That's the major thing. What do you think about the Gallego future? I think still, and this depend on the remaining signing which ATK want to do. Then only the Gallego future will decide. Dual citizenship only in football is possible for amendment. Yes, is it possible for sports? Is it possible, not just football? Sergio Oliveira foreign targets. I think Edu Garcia will be one of those targets. So let's see once his signing is done, can they get Edu Garcia or not? Please upload videos of under 17 matches. Hopefully, once we are Germany, there will be something coming. Don't worry about it. Ashish, what happened to Kerala Blasters Red Star Belgrade deal, which Khelna reported? I think again this COVID thing have changed, and I think Red Star Belgrade that time was looking to get into partnership with Kerala Blasters. The multiple meetings took place, but again the valuations, was the sporting deal or a financial deal, that was not decided that time, and eventually that didn't take place, and as I say, for example, there were the more stuff, these kind of deals have taken place, but they didn't took place. The initial interest, then there is meetings, then as I said, there are 100 stage before any ISL club will get a ownership or a financial investment. So that to do all these stage right, it's sometimes very difficult. And that's something similar happened with Red Star Belgrade and Kerala Blaster deal. KFC boy remembers everything, by the way. Ashish, what happened to that? I have taken. Ashish, you said there is an update regarding non-glass Punjab playing in stadium last week episode. Still waiting for that update. I will check upon and come back to you guys very soon for the next week video maybe. By Mohan Bagan, Ishan Pandita update, Santanu Bunia. He has been offered. Is of course talking with Mohan Bagan, but not signed as of now. आशीष भाई क्या नॉर्थ ईस्ट में जॉन अब्राहिम के अलावा कोई दूसरा ओनर है? There might be some minority stakeholders. Have to check that. Ashish, that's I have taken. Job fall interested contract extension in Mumbai. Wait for next 7 days before that contract extension will improve. Indian football need marketing agency. I think we don't need to spend that money on marketing. Spend that money on grassroots. That will be better for me than spending money on a marketing agency. Ogbeche to FC Goa possibilities. Ogbeche was in radar of FC Goa in past, so I will not surprised they bring him for Manolo Marquez. Can you do interview with Manpreet Sakaria like we do with Yan Danda? He is a PI player who is doing very well, so I don't need to request for that. We are trying to do that, so hopefully we'll have something very soon. And उसके अलावा कुछ मेजर चीज़ है? Any article come on this player? See, articles can come anytime, so that's depending on deal stage, where they are, what stage they are, and if you get a confirmation of deal happening, then we're definitely going to report any time. So there is no timeline into it. Does not depend on us. That depend on the deal between the club and the player. Good evening, sir. Good evening. Kerala Blaster transfer news given already. You have to go back and watch again. So that live SAF podcast, that's the one. Kunal Punjabi will be scheduled, I think, in upcoming days, hopefully. कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग न्यूज़ है तो एक 157 लाइक्स 150 people watching 200 लाइक्स कर दें यार. If motivate me to bring another Inside Indian Football every week during the transfer window, maybe we can do 2 videos in a week, but that depends on the interest and everything. And don't misquote me, please. हाथ जोड़ के विनती है, misquote ना करें. Is there any group bidding from Itanagar from I League? There is interest from these cities. जो cities mention करी हैं, which winger is Kerala Blaster interested? अभी early stage है बताने के लिए. Any new under 23 coach for India will Bibiano promoted? Hopefully Bibiano is promoted. Hopefully, I hope so. He should be the one given the more responsibilities now. Will visa approval on time for Park in SAF? I think हो जाएगा वो, इतना issue नहीं है. Manolo red card means he will miss the next match for Goa. Yes, he will. Interview with I League ISL coaches during COVID. You made multiple interviews. करेंगे start इस दोबारा से season. I think podcast will be very regular. GR Tamil, don't worry. We'll try to bring. देखो एक चीज़ है ना GR Tamil. We try to bring content. The amount of effort to do those podcasts is very high for me, for the team, for the coach. The interest, the impact does not come. People, social media handles take out the juicy content out. They put the quotes in Twitter and nobody watched the full video or not even open the video or open the podcast. तो वो चीज़ें देखनी पड़ती हैं and that's the reason sometimes we get dismotivated and we should do it or not do it. So that's the major problem, but hopefully we'll bring it. Okay, thank you, great, but the infrastructure is not good there. How they will play home matches, I wonder. I think the infrastructure for I League is not that much required as for the ISL, so it can be arranged. How many incoming do you expect Mumbai this window, given there will be 6 allowed overseas players in Champions League? Can we expect additional foreign signing? I think that's depend on AFF guideline for the ISL clubs for the foreign players. We have to wait. Will they allow extra foreigner in the squad and not register for ISL, register for AFC Champions League? That's have to be seen. Let's wait for that. Any update on European club tie up with ISL club? अभी कोई update नहीं है. ओसोम भाई मेरे पास. What will under 17 player do after Asia Cup? They will go into their respective owners, ISL clubs, I League clubs, AFF, or maybe sign a pro professional contract and start playing in I League, ISL Reserve League or I League 2 for ISL clubs. They will start playing professional football. There will be new about Viviano Fernandes. He will leaving national team setup after the under 17 match. There's a news about, I don't know, I have not read about it. Let's see. Viviano, if he leaves under 17 setup, should be the head coach of I League team, national team, under 23 team. Should be head coach. Should not be working as assistant coach for anybody. I think he need to take a mainstream job. We can't waste Viviano talent in a just paper sake assistant Indian coach for any team. Guys, I think any update on Yasir chances? Chance come. I think there's no one. Asi heard that Northeast is looking for a CEO. Yes, Northeast is looking to change the setup, and that's the reason they are proactive in the market. Any news about football stadium building in India? Not much. Football stadium वसीम भाई रातों रात नहीं बनते यार. That's a problem in India. बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा वो परमिशंस लेनी पड़ती है उसके लिए. Any incoming news for Kerala Blaster, domestic or foreigner? There will be domestic incoming in Kerala Blaster, foreigner also, but it will take time. Surely Roy will read Bangalore FC. Last one question. I think 50-50. He can leave, he can stay 50-50. Yeah. A mini football specific stadium is shaping nice in Navi Mumbai. Can you get update on next week? Yes, I will do. I think it was a more of artificial pitch, not a stadium. Ashif, I heard that Northeast is looking for a CEO. Yes, it today. Raj bhai bata diya. Will Apuya play for India? Or he will be injured. I think hope he will play for India. He is unlucky with injury. Let's see क्या होता क्या नहीं होता. So guys, thank you very much. Great show. Madarasi can target ISL in next 3 season, 5 season. With the best infrastructure and coaching they can do, but they will also hope that they does not go the route of DSK Sivajans. Another team who got a franchisee entry in I League who's failed alongside Bharat FC, for example. So they have to plan it solid way. Indian national team will have a hectic year. So how do you the organizer will manage to organize ISL Durand Cup? Also not forget AFC Cup and AFC Champions League. Schedule is there. Not all the Indian players play in the national team. That selected 30-35 players plays. So I think the everything is planned already. So you don't need to worry about it. The ISL will take a break. There will be one international window. ISL will go on. There will be no break for the international window in November. I think that 1-2 week break will be given in December for the preparation of AFC Asia Cup. What is the situation of Madara FC? They are working towards their football. They are not going to change major stuff. Let's see. Can they bid for? If they are they into? Are they into the tier cities? Let me see. Is Chennai, Madras is in Chennai? So yeah, they can get into I League if they want, but let's see. We have to see into that. Saul Crespo and Victor Rodriguez status, no update. Amlan bhai, are that Northeast looking for CEO? Raj bhai बताया मैंने, हाँ, they are looking to get into CEO. बता दिया आपको, दोबारा बता रहा हूँ. Ashish, who was a UK based company who picked up bid papers along with East Bengal. I think the company might be a representative of a Premier League club who want to study the bidding documents of ISL. So that's a belief, and that I know which club is, but I can't name it. But I think that club was interested into ISL earlier also. Can you ask about Vinitra situation? I think the more than 3 club fans will be interested in that. That will be cleared very soon. Sfaq Ahmed new team not decided now. 41 list announced by AFF. That's good time to announce. Let me just look into it. Yes, 41 player list. So let dissect the list straight away in this video only. Vishal Keth, Gurpreet, Purva, Aminder Singh. Not major surprise in goalkeeping department. Similar like previous one. Shubhashish Bose, Pritam Kotal keep their place. Ashish Rai, Glenn Martins, Sandesh Jingan, Norim Roshan, Anwar Ali, Akash Mishra, Sina, Mehtab Singh gets the call up. Rahul Beke and Narendra. So not major surprise here also. Midfielders, Liston Classo, Ashik Quran, Suresh Singh, Rohit Kumar, Udanta bagged in the team. Anuthapa, Norim Mahesh Singh, Nikhil Pujari, Yasir, Ritvik Das, Jixon Singh, Sahel, Rahul KP, Apuya is back, Changte is there, Vipin Singh, Rolvin Borges is back, not played much football though, Vikram Pratap Singh, Nanda Kumar has got the call up, and I think major talking about is Jerry Mointhama has also got up his call up to Indian team after so many years. For example, on forward department, Manveer Singh, Sunil Chetri, Shivashakti Narayan, Rahim Ali and Ishan Pandita, and Igor Stimac is head coach. So that's the news from the Indian national team. I have put the news out straight away, and I think this will be the majority players are there. No Brendan, somebody said. Let me check. Yeah, I think Brendan is not here. I don't know what might be the reason for that. So maybe he will be not part of it. Maybe he's injured. Have to check. And recently, of course, Brendan has gone through very personal loss in life. So I think maybe I have to check the status of Brandon Fernandes. There is nothing mentioned in AFF press release, and he is not there. So I think we have to check upon that. No, no Sahel also. Somebody says no Sahel. Yup, I think so. Sahel का नाम मैंने पढ़ा था शायद. Yes, Sahel is there. That's something. Sahel is there. Brandon is not there. Sahel is there. Sahel is there. Sahel is there. By reply, please Yasir Mohan Bagan update. Abhi Shantanu Bunia not much in there. He's talked with multiple, clubs. Brandon is not dropped. I think so. It's depending on might be some reason why he is not there in this team. So it might be personal reason. He might be injured because Brandon has been one of the best player for Indian football team last few years. Bipin Singh is there, by the way. Norim Roshan is also there. Norim Mahesh also there. Both are there. Boris was not part of the Indian team plans before also. Boris is not still part of that. Do you think we should try Nanda as a striker national team because he's a good physical strong and I think can be done. Nanda is there. I think Nanda can do also that. I think is Akash Mishra there. Ashish Rai. I think that's really a major talking point for me. If Ashish Rai is also not there. So that's another. No, Ashish Rai is also there. Okay, sorry. His spelling of Ashish is different than my Ashish. So I will repeat the forward players quickly for you guys. Sunil Chhetri, Manveer Singh, Shivashakti Narayan, Rahim Ali and Ishan Pandita are the forwards. Okay. Anirudh Thapa is, I think he will be there. So I think only thing about Brandon is not, I think Brandon not there being because of maybe he's injured or maybe he's asked for the time out from the football for this, because this camp starting on 15th of May and as we all aware that what happened with Brandon in his personal life, so maybe he's taking the time off, but he is not dropped for sure. That I can confirm you guys. Will India 23 team play any tournament before Asian Games? There will be some preparatory game for under 23 team also. I think that's it, guys. Let's take more question next week. But this the Indian team has been announced. Indian team camp is starting on 15th of May in Bhubaneswar, which was revealed by Khel Now earlier also. So and they have 41 players. There were 40 players. I think the one player is added in this list. So I think maybe that one player extra is, I don't know who. But Roland Borges has been there. That's one of the surprise for me. And hopefully no Subhashis and Kotal. Subhashis Rai, Subhashis Bose, Pritam Kotal are there. भाई क्या सुनते हो? दोनों हैं. बोला था मैंने. So thank you very much guys. 200 likes कर देते हैं. Next week मिलेंगे आपको inside Indian football Thursday 5 p.m. National team stuff is going on. Do go to khelnow.com. Keep on visiting social media handles Khelnow @Instagram, Twitter, on Facebook for Indian football. You can go to Khelnow Football. Also you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter 7 Negi Ashish. Description में link मिल जाएगा सब चीज़ों का, वहाँ जाके ले सकते हो. And also watch the podcast of Yan Dhanda on this channel, on Spotify. कहीं भी आपको सुन सकते हो. तो video form को आप can watch on this channel. No Boris and Akash Sangwan, yes, and they were not part of the plan also earlier also. Akash Sangwan, I could have loved to see in the camp. 41 teams, he should be there. Boris, I can still understand. Akash Sangwan had a fantastic season, did well in Super Cup also. When will Arsene Wenger to come here? No update as of now on that. Thanks. Hopefully next week more news about signing extension and the coach. Yes, hopefully so. Thank you guys. I will see you again next week 5 p.m. and maybe before that also if something major happen in